Hey! Alright y'all, what's going on? Welcome back to the Snake Eyes the Dollar channel. It's your boy Snake Eyes. Obviously, before we get started with today's video, I need y'all to do a few things for me as always. Like, comment, subscribe, follow, kick all y'all asses. Now it's better. You know I'll do already. Follow me on both my social medias. Twitter, SnakeEyes_Dollar, the Dollars and Dame Dollar. Instagram, all lowercase, SnakeEyes_W Dollar. Now, y'all know how we doing every week, you know what I'm saying? We got the Eagles video coming up. Before we get started with talking about the Eagles and the Cowboys, which we won, I believe we won 28-23. So we're going into this bye 8-1, which thank God for this bye, and we're gonna elaborate further down the line. We're gonna elaborate further later on in this video. Okay. First thing I want to say, it wasn't the Dolphins game. The Washington game, the last matchup of the year, which was last week, I believe it was week number 7. I owe you guys an apology, but tentatively, because it technically wasn't my fault. So, if y'all knew, I literally uploaded the damn video. I said it was before 12, ended up being 12. One thing about working nights, it's really hard to get you asleep and your body really like be whooping your ass. So that's technically what was taking place with me. And then not to mention, it's just like, I told y'all that my laptop needs to be replaced. It has an overheating problem. And I've kept that laptop since like fucking 2018. It's already was slow from the get-go. Because I can't do no OBS or none of that shit. So it's outdated. Imagine, because these videos, I could do everything in just less than 24 hours. But the problem is, when you're dealing with overheating, you know, the computer shuts off over and over again, and shit gets like 3 times as slow. Not to mention, I had to upload that button video that I promised y'all for the double upload. So I didn't, it's not like I've been slacking. I'm telling y'all right now, yes, last night was the most sleep I've ever gotten, like about 7.5-ish hours. I'm telling y'all right now, I've been getting 5, barely hitting 6 hours of sleep trying to get my ass up and work out. And not to mention also get these videos to you guys in a timely fashion, knowing that my computer's having overheat problems. And obviously, I got the 9 to 5. Alright, so let's get into this game. Before we get into what actually happened, there's a couple of details I want to discuss. First thing I want to discuss is Jalen Hurts walking out the press conference. He basically he told the Eagles media, hey, listen, I don't want to have no more questions about the knee. And yeah, I think that was the right thing to say, because let's look at it like this. Regardless of how much pain he's in, you know that he's going to be the warrior that he is, and he's going to play anyway. So if he's going to play anyway, there's really no question. There's no point in keep asking him over and over again about the knee, because he's going to play. The fact that he's going to play anyway on it, regardless of how much pain he's in, that's not going to change. So there's really no point in keep asking over and over again. So, he smiled and walked away. I'm not really mad at him for that. I just think at the end of the day, you just got to stand on what you stand on. If I say, yo, I don't want to talk about something, and then you walk around, and then you come back, and then this dumbass, ask Jalen Hurts about it, yeah, I would have walked off too. So I'm not mad at him. I don't think he was bougie for that. I think he did the right thing. It's like, yo, I said I don't want to talk about the knee no more. Because the reality situation is he's going to play anyway. So there's no reason to keep rehashing the same shit over and over again. It's pointless. He's going to be out there on the field giving it his all. And boy, he gave it his all 100% this game. But we're going to table that for later on. Second thing I want to say. So Dan Sidney was talking about how he was... They would never even let this dumbass nigga have any access. But according to him, I think if you ask me, this nigga's capping. This nigga was talking about oh yeah, so I was in a Cowboys facility and the Cowboys wide receivers was, I'm paraphrasing here, basically talking shit about the secondary, how they was easy, you know what I'm saying, because the side scheming and maybe the corners too old, whatever your excuse is for why the secondary isn't doing what it's doing, right? And boy, we gotta have a serious conversation about the defense, especially the secondary. But again, in the words of Mr. Incredible,
we get there when we get there.
So yeah, Silly was talking about Eagles wide receivers basically licking their chops, facing the Eagles secondary. I'm like, number one, they would never let your big goofy ass in the Cowboys facility knowing that you are a member of the Eagles. I don't even consider this motherfucker just like a freelancing fucking crack fiend that just says the goofiest shit. He's a fucking fanboy. I don't take this nigga serious. I really don't. I guess he's a member of the media, But I don't take this nigga just a fucking, like, bro, he's just a crack fiend with a job. I'm just gonna keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it's like, there's no way you watch the games, and I've said it before, I don't want to keep talking about fucking Dan Sileo, but he definitely was capping. Here's one thing I will give him credit for. I'll give him credit on this. If this is my hunch. Okay, this is what I think this is the real reason why I think he was capping, why I think what was the real motivation behind him saying this bullshit, make up this bullshit story. He wanted to inspire the secondary to play better. So, you know, in that case, I can't really be mad. Even though I fucking can't stand Dan Sileo, I think he's god-awful at his job. I don't know why this nigga has so many goddamn amenities. Why this nigga get able to maintain his position if this nigga's not good at his job. But regardless of how I feel about him, I do appreciate that he was trying to get the attention of the equal secondary and make the guys step up. And, you know, we'll talk about the results of that shit later on. Because I always think they heard it. Because if they did, they sure would have played a hell of a lot better than they did against the Cowboys. Right? So those are just two things I wanted to have a conversation about. And let's just go straight into this game. Let's start off, obviously, talking about the offense. We talk about Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts, oh my God. Just imagine if, just imagine this, man. Like, it's kind of crazy to think about it. Just imagine for a second if fucking Howie Roseman decided to draft somebody else in the second round and not Jalen Hurts. Just imagine, man. Because everybody in their mom was like, what the fuck is this pick? I mean, we kind of knew, like, okay, maybe it's just somebody, a decent backup, a guy, a good locker room guy to back up Carson Wentz. Just imagine if he didn't fucking draft him, man. Like, you know, this is... I mean, this man embodies this fucking city. Just blue-collar, chip on his shoulder, got an attitude. He's fiery. He's a fucking leader. And my... Jesus. Like, I'm about to imitate fucking Adonis. My man. But anyway, moving on. Let's talk about... So, Hurts, oh my God. Like... Not only did he now listen, I'm gonna read off the numbers. It's not gonna jump off the page, but I'm going to elaborate. Okay, so 17 for 23, 207 yards, 2 touchdowns, 10 rushes, 36 yards, and a touchdown. Right? I think he broke the record for like the most rushing touchdowns by a Eagles quarterback, which I thought he broke that shit like 3 weeks ago. But whatever, it is what it is. So I mean, so DeMarcus Lawrence. If you ask me, I don't think it was completely dirty, but I think DeMarcus Lawrence knew exactly what the fuck he was doing when he aimed low for Jalen Hurts' knee. This nigga thought he was slick, but I'm going to be honest with you, the Cowboys doing some dirty shit. And listen, I got to give Micah Parsons his credit here. Micah Parsons was, you know, he was doing a little bit of dirty shit. Like, that whole team was playing physical, and they was definitely doing dirty shit. And I got a nut. Ooh, I can't fucking wait. This little Marquez, whatever the fuck this nigga name is, I'm not even gonna put this shit in the video because he a fucking nobody. He's definitely a fucking nobody for what the fuck he did to Dallas Goedert. But we're gonna talk about that later on. That nigga, ooh, I fucking hate that nigga. I did that shit on purpose, little bitch. Yeah, you a bitch ass nigga. I don't give a fuck. You a bitch ass nigga. I don't care. You a bitch ass nigga for that. Fuck all that. I was about to like to calm now. Hell, you a bitch ass nigga for that. I don't give a fuck. I said what I said. You a bitch ass nigga for that. You purposely broke that nigga's arm on purpose. And because your ass got mad because you got the stiffy on, like 6'9", your ass got stiffy, and then your ass, instead of you making a fucking tackle or shoving him out of bounds, you took his fucking arm and put all your weight on it to break it. And then now, because your jackass move, now we're going to lose Goddard for, hopefully it's not the entire season, but it's at least going to be a month and a half. It's going to be 46 weeks, but he's not getting back in a month. It's going to be like about 6 weeks. So this nigga broke fucking, and I knew once that injury happened, I'm like, fuck. I knew he was gonna miss significant time because his arm was damn near. You know, when that shit happens, your shit broke. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's more of a fracture rather than a clean break. So thank God it was just a fracture. But what a bitch ass nigga. And then Joey Chicken tried to give the benefit of the doubt, saying, well, he had no choice. Yes, he could have shoved the nigga out of bounds. You know what I'm saying? He could have shoved the nigga, used his shoulder. He's right there. If you're getting stiffy, that means your hand the fucking Goddard's hand was in his face. So you know what that means? You could shove the nigga out of bounds. You could use your shoulder. You a bitch ass nigga for that. I don't give a fuck. Like, I was about to hold my stuff. Nah, you a bitch ass nigga for that. You really is. Doing dirty ass shit. And he wasn't the only one. There was a motherfucker who during the tush push, I think it was the second half, One of the niggas pulled fucking Jalen Hurts' like undershirt or whatever. Like this goofy ass nigga, I swear. Like, and then what the fuck Ferguson did, you know, trash ass irrelevant tight end. You know, what he did to Kevin Byard, and of course they're gonna always get the second guy. But we'll talk about that when we start talking about the defense. But bottom line is, Hurts, man, I was fucking scared. Because he went down, and I'm like, fuck. I wasn't even thinking about Mariota playing at that point, Mary Ass Oda. I was thinking about, goddamn, like, this shit could be bad. So, you know, but boy, I mean, he came out, and not only did he come back to play, because I didn't think he was, I thought he was going to be out for the rest of the game. I thought he was going to miss some significant time. So, he comes back in the game, runs out the tunnel, does a nice little scramble for like about 10 yards to let people know that, hey, I'm in this motherfucker to win. And what he said at the end, the press conference about he'll do anything for this city and for this team, man, it really is like, it really makes you think like, yo, just imagine if we didn't draft him. Just imagine if we drafted somebody we felt like was more ideal for the team and we didn't get hurt. And Carson Wentz stunk up the joint the way he did. I mean, you can't pick a better quarterback for this football team. You know what I'm saying? And to keep it real with you, the only person I would ever think about replacing him with is with Mahomes. But that's about it. And obviously Brady the GOAT, but nah, not even him. Like, yo, it's either him or Mahomes. But Hurts is the fucking perfect quarterback for this city, for this football team, man. Like, talk about fucking heart. Talk about toughness. This nigga's embodies. I mean, I'm being honest with you. Like, he got to be the toughest fucking... I'm thinking about... And mind you, I know my football history. He got to be the toughest fucking quarterback I've ever seen in my life. I don't think you can name me a tougher quarterback than this nigga right here. He's the epitome of fucking toughness, man. Like, not only this nigga came back off an injury that most likely I thought he was going to be out for you know, indefinitely. He came back and he played fucking amazing football. That deep ball he did to fucking dime, man. A goddamn dime to Devontae Smith, making beautiful throws, making smart decisions. You know, a couple times there was a couple mistakes. On the Julio, I don't know. Now, granted, I don't know what exactly Jalen Hurts was doing on this play. There was a PI on Julio Jones. Julio Jones was wide open. So I'm not going to blame Hurts for that, even though he did miss him, because I don't know what Hurts was doing during the play. Maybe he wasn't even looking in his direction. Maybe he was scrambling out to get away from a blitz. So I really don't know exactly. I don't know what exactly took place as to why he didn't see why he didn't see Julio Jones. But whatever, it is what it is. But yeah, just throwing like flawless game. There's nothing really I could say. Like when somebody has damn near a perfect football game. Okay, there's a couple things that I'm gonna give him a A+, because these couple mistakes is small. You know what I'm saying? It's something you're not really supposed to be doing later in the game, especially in the clutch. But in my opinion, they're very minuscule. Okay. Jalen Hurts, not a good decision for you to throw into triple coverage to A.J. Brown. That was very dumb of you to do that. And I think that's some of the things that he, you know, little bit of some tiny bits and pieces of shit that he did this year that I didn't like, that, you know, had me question if he regressed or not. That was one of them shits right there. I understand A.J. Brown is, you know, an elite receiver, and he got the physical and athletic abilities to be able to catch anything that goes his way. But please explain to me, you know, the idea of situational football. What sense does it make? Because at the end of the day, if you in this drive, you come away with you keep the football and you waste all the time off the clock. Explain to me what sense does it make for you to go throw into triple coverage? It's not early in the game. This is crunch time. If you fuck up and make a mistake, you turn the ball over, Dallas gets it back and get a chance to win. So you're not out the clear yet. So I didn't understand why he threw that ball into triple coverage. I understand that, okay, he's trying to, you know, A.J. Brown's athletic enough to be able to get some of those jump balls, but think about situational football. He's in triple coverage. And if we give the ball away, Dallas got a chance to score a touchdown and the game is over with. And then they did some shit with 3rd and 3, I think, you know, in the clutch where they, you know, threw a long ball. And here's another thing that kind of like pissed me off. And y'all gonna disagree with me with this, but I'm telling you, like, I don't give a shit. So 3rd down, I think it was a drive. I don't know if it was the same drive as the one he threw with the triple coverage or the drive right after that. But I need y'all to explain to me this. Why, if you know all you got to do is get a 1st down and you score. Sorry, all you got to do is get a 1st down and the game is over with, you put the knee down. Why the fuck are you running the ball on 3rd and 3? Why are you doing that? I don't know if it was a 3rd and 3 or a 3rd and 5. It was something, but it was a 3rd down. It was a drive right before Dallas got it for the Dallas were the last team to have the ball at the end of the game. Before that, it was us. On that same drive that I'm speaking of, instead of us, you know, concocting a short play, you know, just being smart, we decided to run the football. And let's just say, okay, well, you're gonna say, well, we're trying to waste time off the clock, right? It's not an excuse. There's plenty of ways where you can concoct some short patterns and really just kind of like, you know, if you're smart enough, you can make up a pass play that's going to get you the 1st down. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to like it's managed, and you have the weapons to do it. So it's definitely possible to think of something creatively past and think of some creative routes to get the 1st down. You know, I in that scenario I would have been okay. They shouldn't have ran the ball. They should have passed. But you know, it's how you concoct the routes that would have made the play happen. And I would have been okay with, let's just say, if it's an incomplete, because let's just say, okay, maybe they would have had, I think we get back the ball like 56 seconds left in the 4th quarter. They probably would have had maybe a minute exactly, minute 1, something like that. But the reality situation is, it's like, you know, that doesn't, I didn't like that. I think, because Sirianni was being really aggressive that game. If you're going to be aggressive, you got to stay aggressive, right? And in staying aggressive, you got to understand situation of football. Again, I get this 1st down, it's a wrap. So I don't think at that point running with DeAndre Swift made any sense whatsoever, right? So just a couple of decisions down the stretch that really, I didn't like how Brian Johnson called it up, and I didn't like the decision that Hurts made with that play. Because what you're doing is you're putting the team in position. You're basically attempting to give them the game when it's not necessary to do it. You're overcomplicating shit in a crucial time period. This is a make it or break it drive. If you turn the ball over, you give them good field position, and you make it easier for them to get the 6 points to win the football game. If you don't turn the ball over, you get the 1st down. You'll be the last team to have the ball. You can kneel it down and win the game. You know what I'm saying? So you have to understand situational football. Okay? So that's going to lead me to DeAndre Swift, because honestly, there's nothing really to talk about Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts played fantastic. There's no reason. Like, he played A+ football. Like, outside of those couple of mistakes in those situations, in crucial situations that I feel like that could have been corrected. Some of it was play calling, but others there was a decision that he decided to make. He played A+. Consider the fact this nigga like probably shouldn't even been playing, but he played, and he played fucking spectacular. DeAndre Swift. I actually thought he had a pretty good game. And I actually, for the first time, I liked the way I think Brian Johnson ran with him enough times. One thing I will say though is that Brian Johnson, I don't understand, and people want to get mad at me for this. I don't give a shit. And by the way, I forgot to mention, Boston Scott was out for personal reasons, so whole praise out to him. Hopefully, you know, it was a situation that was just, you know, just little and nothing just too bad. You know, maybe it was a death. I don't know what the case might have been, but you know, hopefully he's all good, and his people are all good as well. His family, whoever, whatever situation is that people involved. Praise out to them that they get it sorted out, right? So, Rashard Penny was on kickoff return duties, which I didn't really like, if you ask me. Damn, the nigga almost damn near touched it. You know, he also say he did a smart play, but like he damn near almost touched it, and he shouldn't have done it. In my opinion, he should have completely stayed away from the ball. Luckily, the ball just went out of bounds. It gave us good field position. Okay. So DeAndre Swift fumbled a couple times. The first time, I guess it was just a really good punch out from the defense. It happens. And then the second one, DeAndre Swift ran into A.J. Brown. So I don't know if maybe DeAndre Swift wasn't patient enough. A.J. Brown didn't get over to his side quick enough, because that can happen too. I don't know what the hell was that, but that was just, you know, that's, you know, you got to be careful doing that. And shout out to Tyler Steen, who started over a Pettit. I forgot to mention that too. So Tyler Steen got his first official start. So I don't know what's going on with a Pettit. Maybe the injury's a little bit more serious because they didn't decide to play him. And Cam Jurgens was supposed to return because he had a full practice, but they, you know, he still has the 21-day practice window. So they was like, you know what, we can leave him out. We was good from the snippets that we've seen for the Commanders. He did a pretty damn good job. This game for Tyler Steen, I'm not really that impressed. I think Tyler Steen did a really good job run blocking. I think at a couple times he did some good pass block. I think that was clutch of him to be able to recover that fumble. But I think he needs to develop in order for me to be comfortable at right. Because I'm being honest with you. Watching him pass block, I'm not comfortable with him. I don't give a fuck what the PFF grades are because I watch the games and I go off what I see. I am not comfortable with him starting over right guard. I think it needs to be Jurgens as of right now. Sua Opeta, if you want to just, you know what, towards the end of the season when we got everything, you know, home field advantage locked up, we got the division and shit like that, go throw Cam Jurgens in at center and go put Sua Opeta at right guard. I'm not comfortable exactly. Like, Sua Opeta could be a starter right guard and I'm perfectly okay with it. I'm not comfortable right now having Tyler Steen playing right guard. I think that I think he can continue to improve within this offense. Like, I see the potential, but as far as his pass blocking is concerned, it's too underdeveloped for me to be comfortable with him starting. You know what I'm saying? Especially in that first half, he definitely was, you know, he had a couple mishaps. So the run blocking, pretty damn good. Pass blocking, he needs to continue to develop that part of his game in order for me to be comfortable. In order for me to be comfortable with him starting, and that's just how I feel about that. Oh, this one pissed me off too. So you're about to get our players hurt because the dumbass referees. He clearly recovered the fumble. DeAndre Swift on the first fumble, the first time he fumbled, he clearly recovered it. Instead of the refs blowing it dead, pause. You allow a long ass. You about to get our quarterback killed because he's chasing a dude. You about to get people killed because, you know, they're going to make the blocks to try to give him so he can get a fumble recovery for a touchdown, right? So you're putting our players at risk. You're wasting our time off of some shit that was clear. It's not even a replay that was needed. It was clearly obvious. DeAndre Swift recovered his own fumble. That was obvious, right? Kenneth Gainwell. I told y'all before, and I'm going to give myself credit because as tough as it was, I held strong for Kenneth Gainwell. I didn't go off on it. A lot of motherfuckers, even Joey Shapes was fucking lit. I'm like, my nigga, I want y'all to really use y'all brain for a second. Just really think for a minute. Just take a second and think. If a play, it's not like how Rieger was, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside was, fucking, Aguilar made some plays from time to time, so I'm not going to include, but Arcega-Whiteside or Jalen Rieger, right? It's not like those guys where they came in on the team and they was mediocre from day one. This nigga has been a high quality running back, a really, really good, solid second running back for us the first 2-3 seasons of him being here. So while his regression and how bad he was playing this season, the Patriots came out excuse him a little bit, but moving forward, I think he was underperforming and he definitely was regressing. It took me off guard, but I had to start thinking a little bit. Just like with Hassan Reddick. I'm like, there's no fucking way Hassan Reddick's been whooping ass in this league, becoming a perennial Pro Bowl, and all of a sudden he just fell off. It didn't make any sense. Turns out, guess what? He had the cast over his hand. That's why he wasn't producing. And look at him now. It was about Hassan Reddick later on, because he played a hell of a game, especially that first half. That first half, oh my God, he got injured almost. Was fucking scary. Like, Hurts was the scariest, but that Reddick injury, oh my God, that was scary. We'll cover that when we cover the defense. Kenneth Gainwell. Nice little run. He did a little fucking, I finally knew what the name of the fucking character was for Looney Tunes. It's the Tasmanian Devil. So he did a little spin move in his little signature spin in the end zone. He caught a really good pass. He made a really good pass block. So Kenneth Gainwell, thank God I had the wherewithal to think, because it was two things for me. It was either he's still harboring an injury and he hasn't fully recovered, or he's still psychologically affected the fact that he got his job taken by DeAndre Swift. Because I'm like, one of those two things have to be the case. So I think Sirianni really, had a serious conversation with him about what his expectations were for the team and how you can't be responding, things like that. Here's another angle I didn't realize it, because Nick Sirianni commented on this on the Kenneth Gainwell IG post, the IG posting at the halftime situation, the DMs, whatever you want to call it. He said something that actually I didn't even think about, but it's actually true. Basically, low key, without even really trying to get into it too much, basically said like, yo, if you're a fan, why are you doing dumb shit like that? Why are you trying to put our players on blast? If you're a fan of a team, why are you trying to get their players in trouble? I'm paraphrasing it, but that's pretty much what he was saying. Cause I'm like, it's really questions like, yo, are you really a fan at this point? You about to fuck up our players' position, trying to get them suspended, but you say that's the Eagles are your favorite team? Like, how the fuck is that possible? You trying to air out one of our teammates out, instead of just keeping that shit on, between you and Gainwell. You air that shit out and try to get a player on the team that you like in trouble. So I didn't even think about it from that angle, but that was very, he didn't say those exact words, but that's pretty much what he was implying. And I'm thinking about it, I'm like, that makes a hell of a lot of sense. I'm a fan of a team. I'm about to go out to one of their players. You know what I'm saying? Of course, there's some Eagles players like, I don't like fucking Marcus Mariota. He's trash. And Driscoll, I'm not gonna say nothing bad about him, but he's not good at his job either. So there's players on the Eagles that I'm not really too fond of on how they play. But I'm not gonna sit up there as a fan and try to get a player in trouble. If I say that I like the so-called team, it doesn't really make sense. So I didn't even look at it from that angle. But shout out to Sirianni. That makes a lot of sense. But yeah, they must have had a serious conversation. And Gainwell, something must have snapped, and Sirianni must have got on his ass, because he did a complete 180. And the Kenneth Gainwell that I know that is capable of playing, that's what he showed. And thank God they didn't fall to the Joey Shakes bandwagon or everybody else saying Gainwell was trash. I'm about to call him trash. Don't give a fuck. I was about to do it. But I'm like, you know what? It doesn't make any sense. 2-3 seasons in a row, he's playing at a really, really good level. I'm thinking he's later on down the line, he's in contention to be a starter runner. Not right away, but later on down the line, he could be a starter, same way with Tony Pollard. He's our Tony Pollard in a way. So like, there's no fucking way. By the way, we got to talk about Tony Pollard. We'll table that for the when we start talking about the Dallas offense and our defense, right? So Gainwell, I'm very happy you back. I'm proud of you, brother. Thank you for not putting me in a position to call you trash, because it would have hurt. I actually fuck with you. I liked your game from day one. I knew you was a baller, and he showed up. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, bro. So let's talk about the wide receivers. A.J. Brown had a touchdown. I think he had like 66 yards in a touchdown. Vontae Smith had himself a touchdown, wide open touchdown in the second half. That was a fucking dime from Jalen Hurts. Zacchaeus caught a pass. Goddard actually was having a pretty damn good day himself until that fucking asshole broke his arm. So it is what it is with that. And then, yeah, that's pretty much it. I talked about Tyler Steen already, how I feel about him. I don't think he should be starting anymore. I think it should be Opeta and then Juergens. Hopefully Juergens will come back after the bye, right? So I think that's it for the offense. Oh, Brian Johnson. I think you're still trash. I think you're still garbage. I don't think you're a good offensive coordinator. But I am not going to roast you. And I know people are going to get on your ass about a couple of situations, which I think some of the decisions that people hate, I actually agree with. Here's the thing. I think, number one, you having Rashard Penny in for 2 plays in the second half, what the hell is that going to do? I really didn't understand that line of thinking. I know people want Penny to play, but the reality situation is just like, people say, well, Penny's a power back. I told y'all motherfuckers, DeAndre Swift has power, strength, and speed. He has the best of both. What the fuck are y'all talking? Like, I don't understand what y'all be saying. Like, how the fuck, if we're a pass-first team, because I know a lot of people, no, we're not. We're a pass. We've been a pass-first team since we got all of them damn weapons, okay? From last year to since last year, we were a pass. Since last year, with this lineup, we've been a pass-first team. That's been our MO from day one. You know what I'm saying? We just have to be really, really good at the run, but you know, the coordinators and the coaches don't prioritize. Sirianni is just not good with utilizing running backs correctly. And neither are the offensive coordinators that he puts in place. But for Penny to run, I think it was nice to see what he can do. He got one 8-yard gain, the other was like a yard or two. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't nothing crazy, but I liked how Penny was running. It was pretty nice to see him run. But then again, it's like, what the fuck is the point of doing that? What is that doing for your audience? Somebody said, well, we need to get physical with Dallas. That's what the fuck we got DeAndre Swift for. I don't understand that. Like, I really don't understand. It's like, Penny is a waste of a pickup because Penny is like, okay, he's definitely better than Gainwell, right? If he's healthy. So I think Penny was going to be started. But then you get DeAndre Swift, and DeAndre Swift is better than both Gainwell and Rashard Penny. So he has to be the starter. So I don't understand how Penny's going to fit. It really is not even necessary for him to even play. Excuse me. Not let alone being on the roster. It's just a waste of a roster space. If you ask me, waste of a roster space. But Brian Johnson, he called a damn good game in my opinion. And I don't like how people listen. And you're talking to none of you motherfuckers hate Brian Johnson more than I do. None of you Eagles fans hate Brian Johnson more than I do. I don't take pleasure in talking shit about people because you know he is an Eagle, he is on our team. But when you're fucking trash, I'm a nigga. I'll let your ass have it. So none of you motherfuckers hate Brian Johnson more than I do. But at the same time, you gotta know when to chill the fuck out and give somebody their credit, and really just look at the bigger picture. Because the bigger picture is the offense was not struggling. It was just maybe a couple plays we could have had back. But the offense wasn't struggling. The fumbles kind of fucked it up. We should have passed the ball instead of ran on that last third down drive. On that last drive on third down. The triple coverage throw by Jalen Hurts, that was a fucking terrible decision by him. But terrible decision by Hurts. Other than that, Brian Johnson called an amazing game. He brought back the 2 running back, 3 wide receiver set that I like that he had in the Jets game, and he just fucking threw it out the window. He brought it back. I like that. We finally fucking saw a single back play, except it was just a run. We needed some single back pass plays. I don't know if y'all got the memo. I don't know. I've been saying this shit since like what, last year was like, well, hey, what the fuck do I know? Brian Johnson called an amazing game, and I have to give credit where credit's due. That was his best game as an Eagle. If you're asking me the truth, that was his best called game as an Eagle. I'm sorry, y'all could like it. Maybe I'll say another game was it. No. This was his best called game as a Philadelphia Eagle. And I stand by that shit. I don't care what people say. Mind you, none of you motherfuckers hate this nigga more than I do. I fucking can't stand him. I think he's trash. But we gotta give credit when credit's due. By the way, Devontae Smith was getting on him for whatever. Maybe he wanted the ball more. Maybe he wasn't running enough. Whatever the case may be. Whatever the case may be. He was getting on Brian Johnson, which about I was happy. Maybe not the right game to do it because I think he was calling pretty good plays if you ask me. I think he finally, for the first time, he's running with Swift where he's supposed to be ran. And that's really it. So I don't understand where the hate for Brian Johnson's coming from because at the end of the day, it's like if you really look at the criticism, it's like those plays down the stretch. And some people will, you know, I hear Joey Shakes criticizing the screen with Devontae Smith. Here's the thing about Devontae Smith is really fucking fast and quick. So, you know, the idea of the screen pass is like, okay, I catch the ball, and if I'm really fast and quick, I got the blockers in front of me. The only problem is I hate is that, like, when you do that, because Devontae Smith's small frame, you make him take really, really nasty hits. And his body just, he's a tough, that nigga's tough as fuck, too. That's why he's my favorite wide receiver. That's why he's my favorite wide receiver. I tell y'all that. And by the way, I love how he's celebrating with Bradbury at the end of that play. What's about Bradbury? We got to talk about Bradbury now. Now, look. Yeah, I understand the line of thinking behind the screen passing, but I do think that this offense really benefits from having all of the options available to you. And that's just me, okay? So a lot of people are, you know, saying, well, okay, what's going to happen? We need Gronkowski. No, need to fuck Gronkowski. Albert O's here for a reason, okay? I think he should be the starter. I think you should have Jack Stoll as a backup. Steichen did a hell of a lot better job of utilizing Stoll. I feel bad for Stoll because I don't think Brian Johnson knows what the fuck to do with him. Because Steichen had Stoll involved in the passing game. he had him more involved than Quez Watkins. Like Stoll was involved. He wasn't just blocking. Like he was moving the chains. Brian Johnson, I don't know what the fuck he's gonna do with Jack Stoll. I'm kind of scared. But we got Alberto in the building, and he had a hell of a preseason. So hopefully, you know, him not being able to get too much playing time and not being able to run routes, hopefully that's not going to affect him. Hopefully he'll be good to go. I will start Alberto, have Stoll in the back, and the Calcaterra's dealing with concussion issues, so he may or may not play. I don't fucking know. But yeah. So, and then also, this is nothing that Joey was talking about, so I hope he's his future starter. I hope the fuck not. I hope Goddard stays an Eagle for the rest of his goddamn career. We got to extend this guy. We got to keep Goddard in the fucking building, bro. We have to. He's just too goddamn good. I was afraid he wouldn't be able to fill Zach Ertz's shoes, but he's done that and more. So we're done talking about the offense. With Brian Johnson, I'm going to give you your respect. I'm not going to apologize because I still think you're trash. But I'm gonna take it easy on you and give you your respect. You called a hell of a game against the Cowboys. You really did. I'm very impressed with your work. Okay, for the first time, I'm impressed. The only fucking game this season I'm actually impressed with your work. Okay, moving forward, defense time. All right. Son Reddick was whooping ass in that first half, that first quarter. He had an injury scare, scared the shit out of him, but he came back in. Nolan Smith took over for him. In my opinion, I think Nolan Smith is capable of making some plays. But I think if you ask me, I think Nolan Smith needs to work on having moves at the line. Like he needs to work on, like if you watch the Detroit Lions and you see how fucking what's that nigga name? If you see how Aiden Hutchinson, how he moved, because I think that Nolan Smith might be smaller, a little smaller than Aiden Hutchinson, so they might be the same size. Don't quote me on that, okay? But they are both fast guys at that line. Nolan Smith could play linebacker. He can play out. He's that fucking fast at that. He can play outside linebacker, and he don't weigh that much. So with that said, you're not gonna win on bull rushes because the offensive line is strong. But what you got to your and I'm not saying he's not strong. He definitely is. But you got speed as your advantage. So that means you need to be able to be smart about how to get around these bigger, stronger offensive linemen. So that means you need to develop more moves in that toolbox. I think that was a knock on him coming into the league. I seen, I'm like, it's a difference between him being in the lineup and Hassan. Hassan Reddick gets to the fucking quarterback like almost immediately. Like, even if you don't get him, he's damn near like 1 second, half a second away from getting a sack. So he's always around a quarterback. Nolan Smith, he gets tied up back there too easily. And I think that that's just him having to continue to work on his fundamentals at the defensive line. Okay, Carter had a little bit of skirmishes here and there, but we like that. We want Carter to have that fucking attitude, like back the fuck up, like I run this shit. So I'm not mad at him. He definitely got chippy with some players, but like that's what we want out of Jalen Carter. We want nothing else. Jordan Davis, he must be having some injury issues because these last couple of games he hasn't really been playing. I think it was one play, the first half, where he, was limping and he told somebody to go sub in for him. So I'm talking about that. Fletcher Cox almost had an injury scare. I'm glad he ended up being okay. Josh Sweat played. Josh Sweat, man, like, yo, somebody said that fucking, what is his nigga name? I think somebody said that Eli Ricks was the best defensive player on the field. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, Hassan Reddick and Josh Sweat are the best defensive players on this team. What the fuck? I would even say Slade. You know what I'm saying? When Slade's in the zone, he's in the zone. Even Blankenship. But I would choose those guys over. Even fucking Zach Cunningham. Well, I think Zach Cunningham played pretty damn good. He made some good plays in coverage. He had 8 tackles. Morrow was yelling at motherfuckers. Niggas was not doing their fucking job at all. So he was yelling at motherfuckers, telling people where to go. Showing that tough love, that leadership. Yeah, so Nakobe Dean is again with a fucking foot injury. And I actually like the way he played. Again, coverage is something that I don't know what the fuck is going on with him, but the coverage shit, because he was a hell of a lot better at Georgia. I saw field general shit, saw his ability to make tackles. And here's what, Joey Chase and everybody got to calm down. This is his first full year starting, and I think, his 3rd game starting, if that, maybe 4th? So, Nakobe Dean, him being injury prone is going to make him a bust. And I don't like to say it because I thought he was the best linebacker out of his whole class. But there's a reason why he dropped to the 3rd round. And I'm going to relax and stand on the side of, here's the thing. I'm going to give Nakobe Dean till next year. If Nakobe Dean is not more healthy, if he's not in better shape to be able to avoid injuries, if he's not playing like that fucking generational talented monster that I saw in Georgia, I'm going to hit the panic button. As of right now, I'm going to take it easy on it, but bro, you got to stop fucking getting injured. Honestly, injury is not something you really can control, but if you're keeping your body in shape, and you can help mitigate this to a certain extent. You understand where I'm coming from? So, when it comes to Nakobe Dean, he's progressing. He had half a sack. I think it was either him and Jalen Carter or him and Hassan Reddick who both had a sack. It was in the 4th quarter. 3rd or 4th quarter. It was in one of those. It was in the 2nd half. But Nakobe Dean, I like what he's doing. He's progressing. He had 11 tackles. Don't get it fucked up. He had 11 tackles. His problem is not tackling and reacting. His problem is, number one, I think Desai needs to utilize him in blitzing the quarterback. I would love to see Nakobe Dean get after the quarterback. He's fast and athletic. Make him rush the passer. Not all the time. I think, he should be. That's what I thought. I thought he was good enough to be able to play back and play coverage. It's clearly not. Try every now and then make him come on a blitz. Because I see Zach Cunningham blitz. Try having Nakobe Dean come inside and blitz. Try having Nakobe Dean come around the edge and blitz. You understand where I'm coming from? Try different shit with Nakobe Dean. I'm not saying because that coverage, he got to work on that shit. Like he's bad. But everybody got to calm down. But I am concerned about these injuries. They getting to be too much. All right. Cunningham, like I said, played good. Morrow was doing the leadership shit. The secondary, we gotta talk about the secondary. Bradbury did make a play at the end of the game. Not gonna take that away from you. Quiet as fuck the first half. Bradbury must be doing his job because they ain't shit. Then lo and behold, as soon as I thought that in my head, Bradbury getting his ass beat. So, Bradbury, man, I'm gonna say, bro, you fell off. I'm sorry, I can call you trash just yet, but you fell off. And you need to get your shit together. Because you're looking very bad, my guy. You're looking very, very bad. Slay, I'm okay with him getting... This is what I've accepted about Slay. I've accepted that Slay is going to get beat. Slay will not have a perfect game. It just won't happen. He will not have a perfect game. And I've come to terms with that. But one thing I like about Slay, Slay will make a play. But they don't call him big play Slay for no reason. He'll come up and he'll make a play to make you like, you'll think he's like, oh my god, fucking Slay playing like garbage, what the fuck? And then all of a sudden he'll get an interception. He'll do what the fuck, he flipped Dak ass. I didn't know him in I didn't know he went to Mississippi State. I didn't know he played with Dak, so that was cool to see. But Slay is smart. He cares. He genuinely cares about this football team. He cares about winning football games. That's why he called Desai ass. He said, yo, CeeDee Lamb is in the slot. I'm going over the fucking slot. And I thought this sometimes is kind of crazy, but I'm going to be honest with you. Guys like Justin Jefferson, guys like CeeDee Lamb, when you are a number one wide receiver, because I think CeeDee Lamb is a wide receiver one. I think he is. Regardless of the fact that you can say whatever, here's the thing, okay, when it comes to CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb can play on the outside, but his strength is in the slot. The problem with the slot thing is we got C.D. Brown, who, again, can play nickel, but not, we're talking about NFL level, not collegiate. Can you play nickel at an NFL level? And he really can't. I think, C.D. Brown should be a safety. But you can't do that because Kevin Byard's there. So, I guess it's okay for him to have, he got to put in that work. He got to be better. C.D. Brown, nice, really big hitter, got good instincts, but when it comes to coverage, oh my God, he's bad. You know what I'm saying? I honestly think because he's really a safety and not a defensive back. Like, he's not a cornerback. He's really a safety. Because he's short and stocky, and that doesn't really bode well. And he got good range, but he ain't fast like that. He got good range, but he ain't like, nah. He's really a safety at heart. So that's why I think he's getting his ass. It's still no excuse. He's still got to be playing better. But I think he's getting his ass beat because he's not a corner. He's a safety. Okay. And so Bradbury, I'm not liking the way you're playing, brother. You got to step up. I'm really, I'm not even worried. Like I'm about to call you trash. I'm gonna be honest with you, and this is the truth. Bradbury, if you play like garbage against the Chiefs after this bye week, I'm gonna call you trash. I don't want to do it. I fuck with you. I thought it was a great idea for them to re-sign you. But if you don't step up and start playing good football like you did last year, I'm gonna call you trash. Get your shit together, brother. Whatever is going on, maybe you harbored the injury low key. I don't know. Get your shit together, brother. Cause I'm not like you playing like shit. And I'm going to keep you playing like garbage, my nigga. And yes, thank you for making that last play. You still playing like shit. I mean, overall, you fell all the way the fuck off. Slay, he'll make some plays here and there. I've accepted he's going to get beat. It's going to happen. He's going to fuck up. The thing is, when it comes when it counts, Slay will come through. And that's all you can ask for. Slay's gonna get beat. It's going to fucking happen. But when push come to shove, Slay will make a play. You don't call a big play Slay for no reason. Okay. Told you about City Brown. Blankenship was getting his ass beat. Blankenship. Oh my god. The fact that he's unathletic and not really that fast. Like he got good instincts, but his unathleticism and he's not super fast. It fucks him up even more. And his inexperience, but really the fact that he's not athletic and then like. He was getting his ass beat a lot. Everybody was getting their ass beat. Eli Ricks made a couple good tackles here and there. He was getting his ass beat, but then again, you know, you're an undrafted rookie facing CeeDee Lamb. You know, he did good against Tyreek, but you know, like shit happens. You know what I'm saying? And the good thing is, he acknowledged it. Kevin Byard, I'm gonna be honest with you. I try to get a benefit of the doubt. You know what? Just got here. You know what I'm saying? Just got here. But it's I don't recall C.J. Gardner-Johnson playing that bad or being MIA like that when he got here. Like he was making some plays. It wasn't just all bad when he first started. So Kevin Byard, I'm gonna give you another week before I start calling you a wasted trade. Cause you're supposed to be a top 5 safety, and you have not been playing good at all. At all. But yeah, Kevin Byard, get your shit together. So I want to talk about the defense as a whole. Because secondary's getting asked me. Oh, before we get started, we have to talk about penalties. Penalties. First off, Dak Prescott, hell of a game. Hell of a game. I don't care what nobody say. Hell of a game. Don't hold your head down. People have been waiting for you to fall off. Kind of me. Hey, I'm an Eagles fan. It is what it is. But realistically speaking, I'm gonna be honest with you. And I feel bad for saying this because Kirk Cousins had an ACL, and I feel bad for him because it might be his. You know, I don't want nobody to go out like that. You know, with a serious injury. But this is what I will say. Last year, a bunch of motherfuckers was clowning him. Last year was not how Dak Prescott plays. The year before that, when they faced the 49ers and they didn't let the ref touch the ball, that's the real Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott can fucking play. He's a really good quarterback. I still think he's a top 10 quarterback if you ask me. I think the interception proneness was something that was just kind of caught everybody off guard. Dak is a really good. I don't want to say he's elite. He's a very, very good quarterback. But he is the black Kirk Cousins. Guy that, you know, he's going to have the stats, but you need that it factor to get it done. That it factor, when the moment count the most, you got to come through. Not entirely his fault. I'm going to tell you some shit that happened. First off, we're talking about the quarterback sneak, and then the Kevin Byard Ferguson bullshit that was going on. Ferguson did some bullshit where he hit Byard off the pile. Byard retaliated. Byard was the one who ended up getting caught. And then Sirianni rightfully challenged the fucking sneak because he did not get the stick. He was at the marker. He didn't pass the marker. So, he was at the marker. He didn't pass it. Did not get that fucking first down. They gave it to him anyway. Whatever. Right? Bradbury did get away with PI. Did get away with hands to the face. I wish you would use those hands to knock balls down, pause, and deflect shit, and catch the ball so we can get an interception so the offense can have the ball back. Our offense can have the ball, but you know, you're not doing that. It is what it is. But I see you grabbing fucking wide receivers over and over. You're literally doing what the fuck you do in the Super Bowl on every time your ass get beat, you're pulling the fucking receiver. Like I said, you're not even looking for the fucking ball. Like, Bradbury, you pissing me off, bro. I'm about to call you trash. I promise you, play like this against Kansas City, I'm gonna call you fucking trash. Play like this in Kansas City, I'm gonna call you fucking trash. Play this in Kansas City, bro. I'm gonna call your ass trash. I swear to God. By the way, Bradley Roby's coming back against the Chiefs, so that's cool. But Bradbury, you play like this, I swear to God. Play this in Kansas City, I'm gonna fucking rant on your ass. Get your shit together, man. I'm not fucking playing with you, bro. I'm tired of your mediocre ass ways. Stop fucking, every time I see your ass doing, you don't want to press. That's pretty obvious. That's why you do the weird ass moves you do. You're not comfortable pressing. That's obvious, okay? Now you're not comfortable pressing. You keep grabbing. You're not, and then when the ball is in the air, you're not even looking at the ball. You're playing the fucking receiver. Look for the ball. Jesus, look for the fucking ball, my guy. Look for the ball. So yeah, let's talk about Bradbury. Bradbury, play like, I dare your ass to play like shit against Kansas City. I'm gonna rant on your ass. I'm gonna fucking rant. You heard it from me before. I'm gonna rant, nigga. I'm gonna rant. We up here coming to your aid against the Super Bowl. In the Super Bowl, when you know Schuster had a couple catches on you, and they called that little bullshit PI on you, we took your back, and this how you repay the team? AJ Brown about to go fight Juju Smith-Schuster for your ass. And this how you repay the team? Are you serious right now? Are you serious right now? You can't be serious. So anyway, moving on from that shit. I dare your ass to play like shit against Kansas City when their best receiver is fucking is a tight end Travis Kelce. And they got their other receiver that's the best one. It's like Marquez Valdez-Scantling, who's like a fucking third wide ace, barely a number 2, really a number 3 on another NFL roster. I dare your ass to play like shit. Watch what I do. And don't say, oh, well, they got Nicole Hardman. That nigga, Nicole Hardman is a fucking. He's just like he's a scat wide receiver. He's a guy that just got a lot of speed, can catch. He's a scat wide receiver, bro. That's all he is. So I don't want to hear that shit. Play like shit, I dare you. Watch me fucking rant on this shit on your ass, bro. Anyway, moving on. Defense as a whole, we gotta have a conversation. First half, I don't know what the fuck everybody was watching. They were playing man to man. The problem is, everybody was getting their asses beat. I wanted to have another conversation about this. It's very important. I watched the Baltimore Ravens play the Seattle Seahawks. I watched this new fucking defensive coordinator, McDonald something. His name is McDonald, first, last, I don't fucking remember. I watched how he schemed. I watched how the players play. They got some pretty good players. Like that Stone guy's pretty good. Humphreys can still play. Roquan Smith is really good. And they got some young players on that defensive line. But I'm telling you right now, what McDonald does with less talent than us, because he has less talent, let's keep it real, he has less talent than us, okay? He got some really good players, but he got less talent than us overall. The way these players react to the football, this guy knows when to blitz, when to not blitz. And I'm looking at the side like, my nigga, you got more weapons than damn near anybody in the league of defensive, and you got the best defensive line in football. You have arguably the best defensive line of all time. Arguably. Now, don't go crazy. Arguably, okay? Arguably. We got the best defensive line in NFL history. And this is what the fuck you're doing? This is what you're doing? You know, at the end of the day, it's like, first half, they were actually playing man-to-man. Okay, so I don't know what they were far wide receivers. No. Pay attention. Go watch the game again. They literally were right in front of the corners were right in front of the receivers. Then when they got their asses beat over and over again, then they decided, you know what, I'm going to play a heavy defense where I'm having guys back all the time. That's when he started playing it. My issue is not about how he played the secondary back, whatever. The problem is, with Desai, you're not fucking doing anything to make adjustments. So you made adjustments. I've seen you make adjustments before, but you made no adjustments. Case number one. Darius Slay. Darius Slay's our best corner on the team. He's the best secondary player on our team. Let's keep it real. He's the best secondary player on our team. Explain to me why you don't have him shadowing, shadowing CeeDee Lamb when Ricks is getting his ass beat. I mean, this common shit. This is common sense shit. So I understand, yes, your secondary is not playing great. But it's not about necessarily how your plays. It's about you putting your plays in the best position to win. So if your plays aren't playing good, you got to make some adjustments. So that means you need to do some more work to put guys in position. So when it comes to Slay, you got to switch that out, sir. You got to have Slay. And listen, Eli Ricks is naturally an outside corner anyway. And I don't know that other guy that was dropping passes and shit. I don't remember his fucking name. Cooks wasn't even playing this game, which I was surprised. I didn't know he was injured. But Cooks wasn't even fucking playing. So, you got that situation going on. Okay? And Slade should be guarding CeeDee Lamb. Especially if Ricks is getting his ass beat and clearly can't guard him. Go fucking put Slade on him. Another thing. Dak played really damn good. But you cannot make it even easier for him to keep whooping our ass by not bringing any pressure. At this point in time, you got to start being crafty. Send Sidney Brown on a safety blitz, on a corner blitz. Send Eli Ricks on a corner blitz. Send Kobe Dean on a blitz. I say use that, he keeps rushing 4 to 5 guys. It's not going to get it done. And really, Cunningham should really be not blitzing that much because he's our best cover linebacker. Morrow can play coverage, but honestly, Cunningham's our best cover linebacker. He needs to be back. So you either need to blitz Morrow, like he did early before the Kobe Dean got there, or he needs to blitz the Kobe Dean. And he needs to get creative with this defense. And he's not doing that. And these lack of adjustments, you're just letting shit happen. Here's the right situation, right? The bend don't break, okay? Yeah, according to the stats, he only allowed 6 points. It felt like they were scoring on every goddamn way all the way down there because really penalties fucked up their drive. Okay, speaking of penalties, I'm gonna get 3 things out the way. Okay, real quickly, real fucking quick. First off, yes, Micah Parsons was held by Leonard Dickerson. Y'all get that. That touchdown that Ferguson did, the ball's out of the end zone. It is what it is. Y'all did get away with a quarterback sneak. Ferguson did get away with some bullshit on Kevin Byard. And I don't know what the fucking ref was doing rubbing on Kevin Byard's ass as a way to calm him down. But that nigga got some DL activities. You know what I'm saying? Because goddamn, it calm somebody down by rubbing another man's ass. Like, you serious, brother? Like, and that wasn't no no sports tapping, nothing like that. That wasn't slap ass. That wasn't nothing that. That was on some goddamn, I didn't know your shit was that big. You know what I'm saying? So, it's like, the nigga was like, oh, damn, got a hot air balloon back there. That was that type shit. That nigga was rubbing on that motherfucker like he had Spalding written across his ass. What the fuck? Yeah, yo, rap, you bugging, you wildin'. So, rap, you did Kevin Byard dirty as fuck, and I ain't gonna hold you. Joey was mad. I find this shit funny that when the Cowboys content creators, they was trolling this shit. My God, what the fuck was you doing on that one? Anyway, moving on. That's not important. So I'm looking at the Ravens defense. I'm seeing how they guys. McDonald is blitzing at the right time. He's bringing pressure right there. And also, 3rd down, for the love of God. Why the fuck doesn't it occur to you, oh my God, I might want to break a blitz? I might want to break a blitz on 3rd down. I'm just saying. You did it at times. You didn't do it enough. You did it too little. And essentially what you're doing is a quarterback that's already in rhythm, he's going to stay in rhythm. And really, yeah, he allowed 6 points. It didn't fucking feel like it. Jets, good job. Motherfucking Washington, fucking garbage. In this game, I say the players, first half, it's on the players. Second half, that's on you because you made no adjustments. And yeah, you can say, okay, you allowed 6 points. It doesn't matter. It's not really about what you're doing, it's about how you're doing it. And how he's, having this defense versus a guy like fucking McDonald. Oh my God, McDonald is the Sean McVay of defense. This nigga has the Ravens playing legit. If really, I'm gonna keep it all the way 1,000 with you. If the virus, if Odell can stay healthy, Lamar Jackson can stay healthy, this team is not good. This team might be in. It's going to be the Philadelphia Eagles and the Ravens in the Super Bowl. But Odell and fucking Lamar has to stay healthy. It's not going to be good enough for Bateman and this other and Zay Flowers to be the. Oh no. And Odell has to be healthy. So Odell and Lamar Jackson, if they can last through the season, last through the playoffs, they're punching the tickets to the Super Bowl. Because defense wins championships. That motherfucking defense is rock solid. That defensive coordinator, that's a motherfucking defensive coordinator, bro. That's a defensive coordinator right there. That Ravens coordinator, yo, props to you. You that guy. You're him. You are him, Duncan. You are him, sir. I'm telling you right now. Desai, fucking atrocious. Just teams real quick. Brady, man, messed up on one time where he kicked the ball like damn near midfield, a weak punt. But other than that, he did pretty good. Brady, man's the guy. I don't have no problem with him, but he did fuck up one time. Special teams coverage, the defense. They're making Turpin is the best kick returner in the league. I get it, but y'all was making him look too fucking good. Like, geez, y'all making him look too goddamn good, bro. So that's it. That's all I want to talk about for this game. Move forward, Chiefs game. Desai, you got some fucking homework to do, nigga. Nigga, you got a whole winter packet. Like, you know how back in fucking grade school or high school, you had a winter packet. Nigga, you got a winter packet, nigga. You got a winter packet, sir. You better, like, you got a winter packet. And then when your ass come back, nigga, you got a pop quiz. Yeah, look, we gonna give your ass a pop quiz, nigga, so you better be ready. You better be paying attention to what's in that motherfucking winter packet, nigga. It's gonna be all 3 subjects. Math, reading, reading, writing, and math. And we gonna throw some science in there too, nigga. We gonna give your ass a pop quiz, bitch, and you better pass. I don't wanna call you no bitch, but you better pass this motherfucking pop quiz, nigga. Brian Johnson, keep doing. Repeat what you did. Don't backslide, cause I don't have no problem cursing your ass out. Don't backslide, my nigga. You did good against the Cowboys. Stick to that. I let you off. Don't make you regret that shit, Brian Johnson. Keep doing what the fuck you been doing. The play calling was good. I don't give a shit about people talking about bad about you. Good job. Keep that shit going, all right? No dumbass quarterback draws. Hopefully Hurts' knee be good so we got no problems. Hopefully Jurgens come back because I'm not comfortable with Steen being our right guard. Especially we have to pass and we're pass first team. He's not the guy right now. Future, yeah, now, nah. Brother got big dreams, but I have a big Beckham. Be sure to go hit the GoFundMe link down in the description. Help your brother out. You know your brother need help, all right? But any and all contributions is important. In fact, they're even watching this video. That's important, all right? I'm going to try to get this shit out as soon as possible. I mean, I'm not waiting. Sunday should not be the day this fucking video come out, all right? I'm out of here. Enjoy the rest of y'all work week. Enjoy this fucking bye week and get ready for this goddamn Chiefs game. The Arrowhead, all right? Bye. Peace. All right?